Check, check.
Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. Not sure that's working quite right, but I got time to play with that. I'll have to read a little bit on that, see if that's something we can fix or not. All right, folks, welcome back to the CHI Health Center here in beautiful downtown Omaha, Nebraska for the ASICS President's Day Classic, third match of the day here for Northern Lights. Alongside Mike Spoladoro, I'm Jim Welbrock on the Spolabrock Sports Network here as we get ready to go. Lights 2-0 on the day. Off to a really good start, getting ready to take on the Midwest Juniors. This is a team from Wellville, Kansas, just southwest of the Super Bowl champion city of Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah, Jim, a win here locks up the first place seed out of this pool heading into tomorrow, which keeps us on track for the gold bracket.
All right, we're getting ready to go here. Lights has the serve. Sent over by Audrey. A little bit of trouble covering us on the Midwest side. Masso, pass, back to the middle. Emma Fretheim throws it into the corner. They have trouble covering that. That's a point for your Northern Lights, and we get point number 1, 1-0 Lights.
That's a good start. It'll be important for the Lights team here to just come out really strong. This team, this Midwest Juniors team, has had a tough afternoon, and so starting off strong will not give them hope.
Audrey sends that one, just curved a little bit at the end and sent that on the foul side of the field. Elite sends it over. Audrey the set. Popped over by Van Hecky. Comes Elite. They're going to pop this one over. Nobody home to cover that one. A little bit of miscommunication there. Ball hits the floor.
Yeah, I think Audrey was actually expecting Laney to be on the right side hitter position. She played the ball up to the right side. Typically that when the setter is forced to play defense, they'll go to the libero. As we've talked about in past matches, this Northern Lights team often runs 2 setters on the floor, and so occasionally that can cause a little bit of confusion.
All right, that's another point for Northern Lights here. Tied 2-2 early on. The southpaw, Brownlee, over in the far, far right corner of our blue and gray court here at the Convention Center. Sends it over. Way down the left side. They have a little trouble covering that. This one's just going to get popped back over. Klimbarski the pass. Audrey sets. Dietrich sends that just a little bit long.
Yep, a little bit underneath that one. In good position, good approach. Just not quite perfect timing. That'll come together.
Here comes the serve. Oh, one of those hitting the tape and dribbling over.
That's not what we like to see.
Remember, it is legal to touch the tape. Another rule changes here over the last number of years. Audrey, short set in the middle again. Emma Fretheim knocks that off the block.
Hate to beat a dead horse here, Jim, but working that middle attack. Until they stop it, there's no reason to stop going there. It really does open up the outside hitters.
Well, we had a ball come over our broadcast position here from the other court behind us. Emma Fretheim to the line, sends it over. Elite's going to kind of pop this one back over. That's covered by Brownlee. Audrey. Lexi Dietrich off the block and down. Awesome shot there.
There she is. She finished the previous match very strongly. Like to see her continue on in this second or final match of the day.
That keeps Emma at the line. Sends it over. Dug up on the Elite side. Left pin, swung, that's long.
Nice to see Emma in rhythm. She's been a very strong, consistent server for this Lights team throughout the season.
Great hander, puts it in play. A little bit of trouble there again. I think they're going to call a double contact. Remember, your visual for a double contact is a spinning ball off of a 2-hand overhand set.
Important follow on to that message. Generally, the spin is more apt to be called a double hit if it's a side spin. The front over back or forward spin oftentimes is not called as a double.
Trouble covering that on the Elite side. Goes out to our left. And that's 7-4 early on here for Lights. Brings up Coach Lairs just to offer a little bit of instruction about where he would like the ball placed in the plays and so forth. Encouragement from the bench there. Emma Fredheim continues at the line, puts the serve back in that same spot. They're having trouble covering that. This is going to get free ball back over. Brownlee, Audrey, middle. Cronin again to that right side. They have trouble with it. They're going to get this one over. Yeah, that's in right on the line.
That was a nice defensive play by the Midwest Juniors. Kenzie got up there and found what she thought was a hole, but someone was there with the answer. And they turn around and put it back on us.
Here comes the serve. Good spot. It's covered. Audrey. Van Hecke spins it over. Touched on the block, but covered. Well, they're having a little bit of trouble now, and it doesn't come back. 8-5. Lights.
Back to that double contact rule, Jim, off the setter. That's clearly one of the most controversial rules in the sport of volleyball. It's very tough to call consistently.
Yes, it is. Oh, and a great spot there, right in the seam. Good hit from the Elite side.
There have been a number of threads, Jim, about either removing that rule or using some technology, some laser technology at the net, really to try to make some consistent rulings.
Very tough to call an actual true double contact. Kinsey Cronin, the hammer to the right left corner. Mike, that's just been a bread and butter play for us today and working again really well there.
Sure has, and I think that that set actually came from Laney there, which is, again, the advantage of having multiple setters on the floor.
It brings Ella Masso to the line right ahead of our broadcast position. Right-hander slaps it over, touches the tape. A little bit of trouble. Again, this is free-balled over. Van Hecke, Audrey, Wellbrook on the left side, swings it over. Covered on the Elite side. They're going to bring it back left side. Punched over by their left pin. Kinsey tries to swing that one over and doesn't make it there.
Actually, Jim, it looks like Coach Lors has actually moved to a classic 6-2 setting rotation, meaning the setter is always coming from the back row. So you'll see Laney now in the back row is in the setting position. Audrey stays in the game to play the right side hitter. But to date, or in this tournament, the Lights team has been running a 5-1, which means the setter sets from wherever they are on the court.
It's got a gust of cold wind behind us here. I must have opened one of the big doors here at the convention center.
Actually kind of feels good.
Yeah, very warm in here, especially if you're one of the players on the floor. You see a lot of girls got sweat on their brow here from the temperatures inside the facility, so that'll cool us off a little bit. 10-8 Lights here. Masso on the pass. Audrey the set. Wellbrook swings it over. They get it up. This one's going to come free balling back over. Masso. Van Hecke. Emma Fredheim. And they call that one out.
Lights getting a little bit loose here. Like to see them tighten up and dig their heels in a bit. Play the game they know they can play.
Serve comes right at us here. Oh, again, another one on the tape. We've had a few of those in this match here so far.
Yeah, and there you go. It's a tie ball game. When early on it looked like Lights was just going to walk with this one. So very important to get back on track here.
Here comes the serve. Pass by Wellbrook. She goes back over to the left side. Van Hecke back sets. Sent over by Audrey. Sent over by Elite on the free ball. Van Hecke, left side, left pin. Wellbrook swings it over. They cover it. Roll right at us. A great pass there by Ella Masso. Keeps that ball in play. Back and forth here. Probably our longest rally of the day. Audrey pass sets it over to Wellbrook, and that
Finds
catches
that
that right side. Awesome.
What a shot.
It gets Lights back on track here, 11-10. Brings Coach Lairs up, though, with a little bit of instruction about movement and being in the right position, in the right place and the right time.
Yeah, just as a note, There's that double contact again. Tough to call consistency. I think that was the right call.
Yep.
Just as a note, that the rotations are shuffling around quite a bit as the Lights team is without the services of Lauren Schmidt, one of their solid front row hitters. We see her on the bench. Hope she can get back into the action soon, but that's kind of what's caused this 5-1 to 6-2 type rotation. When you're missing a girl, you need to make the adjustments.
All right, Lights continues with the serve here. It's going to get sent over off the block, and that causes it to drop in the middle of the floor. Tough to cover that one, Mike.
Very tough. Once that ball hits that block, it could go anywhere.
Girls looking just a little bit tired to me right at the moment. We're getting late in the afternoon here, early evening.
Yeah, another double contact there. That's very soft set by Audrey. Girls are looking like I feel, Jim.
Yep, we're getting there. It's the low point of the afternoon. Mike's been here all day. You really got to be feeling it. Wellbrook sends it over. It's going to be popped back over by Elite. We're going to try to get reset here. Both teams a little out of system in this last couple of points here. Right pin sent over on nice block. Emma Fredheim sends that back in a perfect spot in the back row.
That's the active nature we like to see in that front row. Jumping, moving, diving, finding holes. Very nicely done by Emma.
Once again, while we have a moment here, I'd like to mention Easy Reels, our app that is allowing us to bring you this live stream here today from beautiful Omaha, Nebraska. Brownlee sends the serve over. Popped back over by Elite. Klembarski sets this one. Big swing from Lainey Van Hecke. She sets it again. Emma Fredheim slaps that one. They're having a little trouble covering that on the other side. They'll bring it back. Brownlee, Audrey, back in the middle. Emma, we get a touch there?
Yeah, we do have a touch called from
Yes,
this
we
line
do.
stretch.
Thought I saw that ball move a little. It's easier to see that from the end line here, Mike, when you're just a little deflection. That keeps the southpaw, Brownlee, at the line. Left-hander throws it over. In the middle there, Elite covered. What do we got here? Oh, another double contact. Boy, I didn't see that one.
Not sure I saw that either. Again, it speaks to the challenging nature of calling that consistently.
Brownlee continues. Just short there.
I have to say there, Jim, I think the volleyball gods have spoken on that one.
I believe you're right. 16-13 Lights here. Klembarski digs that one up. Audrey sent over by Emma. It's coming back. Free ball's over. Brownlee. Left pin. Petrick gets through.
Boy, that was a nice play by Alexia. She is on. She has really had a good afternoon. She's got springs in her feet and really playing well.
Emma continues at the line. Another long service run. Elite swings up off the block.
That's a big block.
Yeah, big one there. 18-13. Nice run here, Mike.
Yep, starting to open up the lead a little bit, getting back into the position that they want to be in. Keep Emma moving here. I'm not sure that one came over.
I don't think it did either. That one did not make it.
And their coach has seen enough.
All right, we'll be back in just a minute. A reminder of our sponsors. We hope to talk to Christine Forrester of the Fruity Frothy Frappuccino Company of Eagan, Minnesota. They're one of our sponsors here today. Of course, we just mentioned Easy Reels, and of course, we were recently visited by the owner, operator, and exterminator of Dan Stein Alligator Crocodile and Varmint Removal Services, Prior Lake, Minnesota. Owner Stein present here to watch his daughter's team. And sounds like they won an exciting three-setter just earlier this afternoon. He visited our broadcast location here. I'm sure we'll have another opportunity to talk to him about the Cornhusker Special that's going on here while we are in the beautiful city of Omaha. I have to say, Sid Hartman, I love you, but you were wrong about Omaha. It is a pretty good place. All right, sent over here as we continue in the second set. I'm sorry, we're in the first set. I'm a little ahead of myself here.
Long day, Jim, long day.
It's getting there. 1914. Set number 1 of match number 3 for your Northern Lights.
Yeah, very important to finish strong here, Jim. It is late in the day, and we just need to shut the door.
All right. Kombarski the pass. Dietrich again, big swing. Oh, we're having a do-over here. That was a nice swing, but we're going to be doing that one over for another ball floating into our court here. Swung over by Van Hecke. Popped back over on the free ball. Brownlee the pass. Audrey set, middle. Cronin comes right back. Recovered, sent over. Tries it again. This one goes off to the left side and leaks out.
Couple nice things there. Good defense, good net play.
That keeps Van Hecke at the line, sends it over. They let it go, and that one is in. So, folks, that is another Dan Stein Alligator ace for your Northern Lights.
Thank you to Dan Stein for his generosity and constant support of our program.
Every one of those aces is another critter removed from your living quarters, folks. Play continues here now. No double called on that. That's a little strange. Lexi Dietrich rolls that shot over, comes back. Setting up the offense, right pin on the elite side. Van Hecke, Audrey. Dietrich sends it over, block is there. Kinsey, boy, you got all kinds of back and forth action there, and the point ultimately on a double contact is awarded to Midwest Juniors. I think I've been calling them elite. I am getting a little punchy here. Losing track of the matches, folks. Remember, this is Midwest Juniors, team from Kansas. Kinsey Cronin sends that over, and that's a point for the Midwest team.
Jim, again, another little special call out here. I'd like to call out to the Kombarski grandparents, Art and Jane Rotman, home babysitting dog Brady, so that the family can be here in Omaha. Thank you for that duty, and appreciate you joining us.
All right, thank you. Appreciate all the viewers out there today. As we continue play here. Here comes the Midwest attack. Get some substitutions going on here. Keeps the serve over here on the light side. That brings Ella Masso to the line. Right in front of our broadcast position here on the left side of court number 16-1-6 here in Omaha. Sends it over. Elite comes, middle, pops it over. Van Hecke, Audrey, Wellbrock, big swing, looking for a touch, and yeah, they get the call.
One other note to super users, appreciate the feedback. If you're having tough time finding the stream, what we've been told is if you are watching the stream now and you continue the stream or continue to leave the application open, the next set will just automatically come up.
Wellbrock on a big swing there. Wow. 24-16. It's set point here and set number 1. We'll be transitioning over to the other side of the facility here. It may take us a minute or two to get things set back up. Masso sends it over. Covered over on the junior side. They're going to swing this over. Kombarski digs it up. Van Hecke. Wellbrock, big swing again. Oh, the block is there, and that one comes back.
Good swing, good block. Good play all around.
Sent over by Midwest. Van Hecke. Cronin.
There it is. A Cronin crush for set 1 victory. Again, folks, we'll be off the air for a minute or so, but if you leave your browsers as they are, we should appear without any extra action needed. See you in a few.
Let's leave everything plugged in, but I'll just carry all that.
I'll take my headphones, because then... Okay. You think you can carry everything?
Yeah, I think I'll go.